On May 8th, Andrew, a suspected kidnapper, was arrested in his home Aba and was subsequently transferred to the police headquarters in Umuahia. He was detained for 2 weeks and paid over 600,000 naira to the police in Umuahia to facilitate the tracking of the missing girl's phone. The police concluded that the girls had planned their own disappearance in a bid to extort money from Andrew, as their investigation revealed that Celine's phone was still in use. Andrew was then treated like a victim, not as a suspect, by the anti-kidnapping squad in Abia State. They also handed him his phone back to him to use and put him in a hotel where they extorted millions of naira from him as he had to pay police for tracking the girl's phone. According to Mr. Ben, who is Andrew's friend in the UK, Andrew paid the police the sum of 600,000 naira for tracking Celine's phone as Afiba's phone was not able to be tracked. They were about to release Andrew on bail when the IGP IRT team came from Abuja to continue the investigation. Following a request from the Inspector General of Police to transfer the case to Abuja, Andrew was then released. When the Abuja police force landed to take him, there was a disagreement between the Umuahia Police Department and the team sent from Abuja regarding the transfer request. The police in Umuahia insisted that they wanted to handle the case to the end, while the police from Abuja explained that the Ghana embassy requested that he should be thoroughly investigated, which makes it a national case, and that's where they come in. However, the two police teams eventually reached an agreement, and Andrew was handed to the Abuja squad to be taken to Abuja. Instead of heading directly to Abuja, the squad took Andrew to his residence in Aba, allowing him to shower and eat, with assurance that he was only needed in Abuja for questioning due to a complaint from Ghanaian embassy about a missing Ghanaian citizen. They then allowed Andrew to load his car with his clothes, laptop, and other belongings. The police also helped him in loading his belongings into his car, including his gun. Take note, including his gun. He then requested to drive his car to Abuja, which the police accepted. So the police sat with him in his car while Andrew drove, and they all headed to Abuja. During their journey to Abuja, Andrew sent messages to his friends in the UK, including Mr. Ben Samuel, indicating that he paid the sum of 1.5 million naira when they got to Uyo, where they also lodged in a hotel. The next morning, instead of proceeding to Abuja, the officers headed to Benue State to visit one of their girlfriends. Andrew continued to foot the bill for their accommodations and expenses there in Benue. They have stayed 3 days on their journey to Abuja, and Andrew expressed confusion and fear, feeling that he was being kidnapped by the officers who kept demanding money from him. One officer warned him that if they reached Abuja, they will torture him and he will say the truth. They then asked him for 3 million naira to keep the whole episode quiet, as he would have ended up in leg chains. At some point in Benue, when the police officers got out of the car to do something else, Andrew fearfully escaped by driving off. When he got to a certain place, he contacted several people, including his friend in the UK, Mr. Ben Samuel, and updated him on what was going on. He informed him that he was on the run from the police, but before his friend could say anything, he hung up and never spoke to him again. On the other hand, when the police noticed that he had escaped, they informed other security operatives around Benue, describing his car to them. Eventually, Andrew was seen by the vigilante people around the area who tried stopping him at their checking point, and they shot him dead when he refused to stop his car. After shooting him, they started searching his vehicle. That was when they saw his gun in his car boot. When they were trying to bring out the gun out of the car, it released and hit one of the vigilante on the leg.
Now, if you watch the vehicle, the motor where I post, you go see say, it be like motor dem take get accident. Not be like say na just normal shootings. All the glass scatter, the side this thing, the back glass scatter, the brake light, e dey pieces. Like say that say maybe dem mob the car
Did
maybe people just they
you use
destroy
your
the
eye
car.
to see the car? You use your eye
I
to
saw
see the
it.
car?
I
No,
I I saw it.
be picture,
The car
as in
was
you see the
no.
motor.
The car. I saw the car. The car was damaged. It was like a car that some people attack. Maybe like people just attack the car, gum 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 gum. You know, like something like that. You understand?
However, activist Harrison revealed that the vigilante people that the police arrested in connection with Andrew's death denied killing Andrew, and he also recorded their conversation. But the police called Harrison aside and warned him seriously not to publish the video. Mr. Harrison also stated that there is a reliable information that about 100 million naira were allegedly moved from Andrew's account in yet to be disclosed accounts. They claimed Andrew transferred the 100 million naira out of his account for his own funeral.
Not be them where they that place. So them where they office for Abuja. I get call coded one. You know. So you get some videos where I obtain where they tell me say man I not go man not stream am. You understand? According I say I don't hear no problem. I not go stream am. But it dey my phone. And which I don't send copy of these videos, more than 6 of them to different of my people. So from this video I go you go discover say the people wey dem talk say vigilante na him kpai this man. Say dem dey sell. Na the freeze those people say not be them do am. Then talk am say not be them do the thing. I get am for video where I video them. For self here, this man transfer almost 100 million to somebody. They say maybe na a sister wey dey somewhere o. Say he transfer over 100 million to somebody. He come talk say that money na for him funeral, na you know, na for him in preparation of him last thing. The time waiting for one here. So there are three or two things involved here. One, either the man pay for them to move am, say like say enjoy don end. One, two, or these people collect in dough, in money, come decide to allow am to go to buy am for somewhere, or some persons from above wey dem no go like to expose decide to see how dem go remove this man entirely. So these are the things wey me Harrison I dey discover say na im happen.
Also, after Andrew was killed, one of his phone went missing. According to Andrew's friend in the UK, Mr. Ben Samuel, he said it appeared that they essentially adopted Andrew for 4 days, confiscated all his money, and harmed him in the process.
The issue of these young ladies now is no longer a priority for the police. For 2 weeks that Andrew was in prison in Umuahia, hard arresting. Who did police in Umuahia arrest? Did they arrest his driver? Did they arrest his cook? Did they go back to the house to search? Did they do any research? Did they walk around the community and make inquiry? What they know? That is the basic security check that they're supposed to do for somebody that you accuse of kidnapping young ladies. The police did not do anything. Andrew was in prison with them. They were siphoning his money. He pays 600 grand to do tracking, 600,000 for that 2 weeks for police to use to do tracking of the girl. The police came back to him and told him that they find out one of the girl's phone is ringing. This is a case of self.
When Daddy Freeze asked Ben Samuel about the whereabouts of the two missing girls, Celine and Afiba, this is what he said.
I wanted to hear your part of the story. So what do you think happened, in your opinion, to Celine and Afiba?
If I may tell you what I think it happened in that day, I think the everything that we fear may have happened. I'm a British. I'm not going to come here and start telling you you did this. I don't do that. And I'm a journalist as well. You don't have fact, you don't speak.